So a bunch of you have asked, "Hey, what about a smart buying guide? What about a way to spend that doesn't require you to be a mega whale all up front?" And I'm here to oblige that. The thing is the majority of us, if we're being honest, do spend something in this game, even if we are quote unquote free to play. Sometimes even those free to play people have bought the second lab or they bought another builder. So those are smart moves. Just start this video off with saying that. I would say, even if you're never going to spend another penny in the game, buy the second lab, buy another builder or two, and then go from there. That helps you, kind of upgrade your stuff for long game a lot quicker than just having one lab and one builder, guys. So throwing that out there. To me, that's not smart buying. That's must buy. You must buy that. It's just, it is my opinion, but also it's one of those things to where, yeah, I think you should do it no matter what. Unfortunately, the game does, in my opinion, charge too much for that second lab. So I'll give you that. But let's go through what I try to do in this game when it comes to spending. So first and foremost, and no, I'm not going to click on that research. We got Science Day and Versus coming up at Reset, so that's going to wobble. You're more than welcome to click it on the screen if you want to, but I'm going to do my best not to. So Hero Day is where you're really going to get the most stuff coming out of Versus in terms of your account. So the way that I like to buy for Hero Day is always the daily sale. Right now I'm choosing Oliveira's special weapon because it's almost completely 5-starred, so I just want to finish that. She is 5-starred, so I'm done there. Next, like once Bella comes up, I'll probably do that, but in the interim, I'm going to be working on Scarlet for my Wings of Dawn side of things. So I'm always choosing something out of here. This is every day I buy this. I do click the little free stuff that you get as well if you're going through like the weekly deal. You can click the little free guy, I think, or maybe that's on the daily must buy. Either way, it's free. This is where I think money is not well spent, is on the weekly deal. Those are super expensive, and for what you're getting, it's not that impressive. There's other ways to get just as much, if not more, for less money, because if you guys looked around, there's like 4 different stores at all times in this game. So we'll get to that in a minute. Daily must buy. This has gotten me out of a couple of binds. It's still kind of not worth the money. Like I've bought this chip material sale before for $10, and I really got nothing out of their views. I mean, sure, you get some diamonds, but I wouldn't recommend hardly anything in here unless you're in a bind. You're like so close to finishing up one thing, and you need the extra oomph that one of these packs could give you. That's really the only advice I have on that. The super supplies, I'm sorry, this is where that free guy is right there. So super supplies, I have bought the $24.99 before, especially while I was trying to rush from level 25 to level 27 and get T9s. I did buy this. However, I only had to buy it once, but that it helped. Again, for me, not worth the money. You don't get a lot of stuff for the price of that. It's kind of cringe spending that much on resources that could get stolen from you if you open them. So not a big fan there. Hero code, always worth the money. You can choose kind of how you want that to go for the next 30 days. 100% worth it in my opinion. That is a smart buy every time it comes up. The Pocket Aid, also a smart buy. You get 30 days out of this guy. It's great. The amount of stuff you get daily from it is fantastic. You can give out the Wanderer gifts to folks as well. It's huge. I love it. So right then and there, you're up to, the 5 a day plus another, let's call it 45 a month for these 2 packs on the hero code and the Pocket Aid. So, it gets a little pricey when you're doing that. So just be mindful of where your budget is. Pick and choose what you want to buy out of those. And then moving next is the license store. There's debates on this. However, I think these first few licenses are worth the money. This $50 thing, I don't know that that's worth the money. I've talked to a few folks and they're like, "Oh man, I've got so many Zents, it's worth the money. It's great." Well, the problem that I have with that is I already have a lot of Zents anyway, and I didn't have to spend the $50. And this only works if you're looting. For me, I don't typically loot. Maybe I loot during EB or state ruler when I'm, bouncing cities out of the map. But otherwise, I'm not just running around our map looting. Now, looting is very important early game. If you've got the extra cash, you only have to buy that once. That 50 may be worth it to you. I do say go ahead and get it if it's early game and you got the extra cheese. Otherwise, you can get away with not having it just fine. Growth fund, as you can tell, I went ahead and paid for this. And it'll be a while before I get through it. I'm not in a rush. If you've watched any of the other videos, you ever seen me play, I like my trap account. It's actually getting to the point to where I'm going to have to change my name so nobody knows I'm coming in anymore. But hey, I'm still enjoying it. So I did buy this. This just pays out over the life until you get up to level 30. For, diamonds. It is what it is. Now, the pack shop. That's a fun one. This gets me out of a bind constantly. Let's say I'm just like hard pressed on the badges. That $1 a day makes a huge difference, believe it or not. You buy that every day and you're pretty much good to go on to the next upgrade on your research. And here's why that happens. You're getting free badges from other things anyway. So you're just adding this to it. And then it goes to $5 after the 99-cent one. So you can get badges pretty cheap and keep your research going and going and going for a really, really small amount of money. I've done this modification blueprint before. Dude, I don't recommend dumping money into the tanks. I really don't. They're just skins until you get to the destroyer. But by the time you're at the destroyer, you've already spent a ton of money anyway. It's just one of those things where I'm just like, I'm not doing that again. So just my 2 cents. But again, if you got it, go for it. This video isn't for mega whales and it isn't for 100% free to play. This is a smart buying guide for those of us that are quote unquote low spenders to mid spenders. Now, moving on to the worst thing you could ever buy in this game, the absolute worst thing, and that's including the wrenches. Diamonds. Do not buy just diamonds. Man, you can get diamonds in every one of those other packs plus other things. Don't buy this. I don't even know why this is in there. This is, I guess, just for the mega whales to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get as many diamonds as I can because I bought everything else in the game. By the way, I think that you cap out, I want to say, man, I've heard 2 numbers, 1,200 or 1,500 bucks a day, and that's buying every pack in the game. So that is the daily cap, somewhere in that range. And I'm hoping that doesn't include this. Man, that's just, to me, that's a waste. But, to some people, 1,500 bucks is like my 15 bucks. I can throw away 15 bucks. I'm not throwing away 1,500 on diamonds or, the packs. So everybody's got their own relative, expenditures and disposable income, if you will, for their hobby. Let's call this a hobby. It's not an addiction, people. Bear with me here. Okay, so on to another store. So during the Versus event, this is always up. Let me scroll over to the beginning. My favorite spot to spend any money is going to be the heroes. It's always about the heroes and the gear and the power cores. So with that said, I will get to her in a minute. I am not buying that today. We still got 4 days left on it, but there's a reason for that. Rapid Builder, I did use this when I was rushing to T9s. And Countless Resources, don't recommend buying. I did not really go into that one too much more than the $5 purchase on that rush. I do not buy refugee tickets, but I mean, if you're looking at this, you're getting a decent amount of VIP points and you're getting a lot of refugee tickets along with some resources. So that's not horrible. Is it for you? I don't know. I mean, maybe if you're on the hunt for that orange officer for your military base or for your alliance center, yeah, maybe, man. That might be the move to get some more tickets and try to increase your probability of getting the orange officers. This I did. I bought this a bunch. I was level 21 or level 22, and I had full orange gear on my primary march. So I was hitting way above the weight class by putting the orange gear on that stuff. I do recommend it if you can afford it to at least get all 20 of your orange gear for your primary formation. Especially early game, the sooner you can get it, the more the sooner you can start upgrading it with the power cores. It's it's worth it in my opinion. I think I I don't have buyer's remorse. Is all I'm saying. Research expert. I've never spent this much on research. I don't know if that's worth it or not. This much I have spent once, but not more than once. I don't think I've ever bought that pack twice. So anyway, that's that weekly store that you get, and that changes sort of daily as Versus goes through its events. So you've got that going for you. Let's go into season two, expenditures. So season's journey. Yup, went ahead and bought some of that to unlock all this stuff. This whole right side over here is really nice. The left side's good too. So even if you're free to play on season two, you're getting some decent stuff out of this. So I do recommend. Unlock prime rewards. What does it want me to upgrade? Okay, I might have to look into that. I did not notice that at first. I'll check into that later and report back. Back into season two. Wartime investment. So here's the understanding that I have of this. You buy it, and it drops it even tells you right here on the left. It brings your abandoned countdown to less than 15 minutes to 10 seconds is what it comes out to be. Super helpful, especially once you unlock that next level of node. You can drop that thing as you're marching to it, or you could be sitting right next to the new node, drop your old one, grab the new one, and you can trade out. Like in my case, I have 33 nodes available to me. I traded them all out within 15 minutes. Instead of waiting for one cooldown, I did the whole thing in 15 minutes. So that's super helpful. And I'm hearing once you buy it on that fourth time, it's permanent. It is $10 a time, but what's your time worth? Are you willing to wait 15 minutes per node times 23 or 33 in my case? I'm not. So yeah, my time was worth, the $10 at that cost. Well, in this case, I bought it twice. So $20 so far. And I'm going to have to keep upgrading the nodes. So yeah, by the time that $40 is spent, I'll be happy. Oh, really nothing to talk about there. Let's move on to hot events. There's always something in here. This particular screen, the daily treasure hunt, man, this is kind of based on what you spend. So if you're trying to rush this to the 3,000 points that it takes, good on you, mate. This video is probably not for you, but I never make it really past that third or fourth tier. Warrior Battle Pass. All right, I'm going to show you guys something in a minute because I'm going to get into strategically timing your purchases. But this was one of the purchases that I made today because I finally finished it out. I like to buy them when they're finished. So I get everything on the right-hand side at one time. I don't know why. I just like that better. It feels good. So we'll get to a little bit more on that in a second. Honorary badge. Yeah. You definitely want the badges. I have not selected the battle pass yet, but more than likely I'm selecting this one. And that's the one we're going to buy. So yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. Mastery Pass. This is one that I did today too because it finished out at day 6. But if you look at the timer in the top left, it is not something that I had time to wait on. If you've ever had the opportunity to dig into some of this lucky discounter, it can be fun. You just got to have the diamonds for it. But again, don't go buy diamonds, just to do that. Buy packs with diamonds in them. This also is the treasure of the day. It is every day. It is 99 cents. So definitely do it. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that to unlock your treasure of the day. It will do it if you buy one of the other packs. So let's say you buy the hero pack at the beginning, and then you go to this. This will unlock for you. However, 900 blueprints and 100 VIP points for 99 cents. Not a bad deal. I mean, dude, you already spent 40 so far, so let's spend another dollar, you know? So that's where my thoughts are on that. Now, versus, oh man, versus, I don't ever buy anything from here. This shit's just like crazy overpriced. 50 bucks for Rapid Builder. It's the same as that other one, right? Yeah, man, it's the same store that we looked at, but you don't get those little lower end deals like the five. You see, you don't see the hero for $5 in here, you know. Yeah, so I don't ever really jack around with that. Um, and then that's kind of the extent of where you spend and how to spend it. If you're um, a low spender like myself, low mid, whatever you want to call it, it's all relative and subjective. So, there's certain things that I recommend always doing, and I've covered those. Now, what I want to talk about too, though, is timing your buys. So the full preparedness, you always get points for buying a pack that contains diamonds. So if you're waiting, to buy the second $5 pack, well, wait until this particular version of full preparedness ends and it switches over to the next one. Then buy that $5 pack. So you're getting points towards this. I did not do that today, and you can see at the top right here, I am not even close. I will not finish this today, which sucks because that's going to make me miss out on some fragments, some hero fragments. So yeah, I do recommend timing your buys, and I will show you here in the mail what I did. So obviously I bought Treasure of the Day to help out with that first level of full preparedness. And also I didn't need it to unlock the reward for Treasure of the Day, but I did use it towards full preparedness. Now, I had to buy Mastery Pass and Warrior Battle Pass. Warrior Battle Pass, I had just completed it, and I needed to go ahead and get that in and just done. And I didn't know if I was going to make it back on the game. And the same thing applied to Mastery Pass because, the timer was counting down. If I didn't get it today, I wouldn't get it at all. And then last night was super busy with the family. So you can see these purchases happen pretty quick, all next to each other. So that's sometimes circumstance is what it is, guys. But if you're able to wait and you're able to plan it out, timing your purchases throughout the day is going to help you on your full preparedness rank. And it will also help you complete full preparedness. So those are my opinions on all of this. This is something that if you're going to play a game like this, because it is designed to spend on, you are going to get a leg up on the folks that either don't spend as much as you or don't spend at all. And the issue there that a lot of people have is, well, it's a comparison of wallets. Yes, that is true. However, you can combat having to spend a shit ton of money by buying in a different way and investing the money that you are going to spend in certain areas. For example, power cores, heroes, things of that nature. Go jack that stuff up. Get it swole. That way they can't mess with you. So like the look at the equipment. We got like, I don't know, 40 pieces or so. I don't know. I think so. But this is what keeps you going. And then when you get to your heroes, you can, let me go to a better screen than that. You can see, the more that you're 5-starring, 4-starring if it's earlier game, dude, the stronger you're going to be. Put some of those skill books into play, jack those skills up, and yeah, man, you start punching above your weight class. And again, there's no need to have to rush your HQ. Nobody says you got to be HQ 30 right away. And in fact, unless you're a heavy spender, no point in being HQ 30 because that's going to unlock your research for T10. And guess what? You're going to need like 1.5 million diamonds or not diamonds, badges or something like that to get through that thing. It's a ton of money, a ton of stuff that you have to worry about. So no rush, in my opinion. You don't need it. Now, up to you. I mean, I don't know the size of your wallet or your purse, but hey, do you, boo-boo. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Catch you on the next one. Holla!